My name is Jake, and I'm a 17-year-old high schooler. I grew up in a well-off family with zero financial or personal struggles. Up until now, I never really felt the need to make my own money. But at 17, I started noticing that all my friends had part-time jobs. They used what they earned to buy things for themselves and to get a taste of the real world, responsibility, work ethic, that sort of thing. Eventually, the pressure got to me. I hadn't held a single job yet, and I figured it was time. I wasn't aiming for anything fancy, just a gig that paid decently, so I could buy some games without constantly hitting up my dad for cash. That's when I came across a listing on Craigslist that caught my eye. It said, "Night security guard wanted for Mr. Name Omitted, S. Private Zoo, $150 per night, 6-hour shifts, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Applicants must be 20 or younger. Reasons will be explained. NDA required. ID number omitted." Apparently, a rich guy was looking to hire someone to watch over his private collection of exotic animals. His zoo. I called the number listed in the ad. A man picked up and introduced himself as Gordon. He interviewed me right then and there on the phone, but the questions were strange. Are you afraid of loud noises? How tall are you? How old are you? Are you capable of following strict rules exactly as written? I answered honestly, and after a pause, Gordon said I was hired. I asked him what the strange questions were about, but all he said was, "You'll understand when you arrive." He sent me a link to an online form where I had to enter my name, address, phone number, and a few other personal details. The whole thing gave off shady vibes, so I pressed for more info about this zoo, but Gordon refused to say much. I finally told him I didn't feel comfortable working somewhere so secretive and decided to keep looking for other jobs. But none of the other listings seemed interesting. That night, I lay in bed thinking about that job until around 2 a.m., and then I fell asleep. When I woke up, everything was wrong. I wasn't in my bedroom anymore. I was lying in a strange, unfamiliar room. On my wrist was a digital watch displaying the time, my heart rate, and something called a lifeline. I got out of the bed and looked around. The entire room was stark white walls, furniture, carpet, everything. Even the door was white. I opened the unlocked door and stepped into a hallway lined with cages on both sides. As I moved forward, one of the cages came into view. Inside was a massive creature, something resembling a tiger. It must have been 15 to 20 feet long and stood at least 6 or 7 feet tall. Its fur was pale green. The thing let out a roar so loud it shook the ground beneath me. I spotted a sign next to the cage that read, Prototype 1, Maxis. Maxis is a genetically modified Bengal tiger and one of, millionaire's name omitted, S prized creatures, known for its devastating roar and immense strength, 6 times that of a normal tiger, 17 feet from snout to tail, and several times heavier than average. Before I could finish reading, it let out another roar, this time so thunderous that my ears felt like they were going to burst. I bolted back into the white room and slammed the door shut. On the table, I noticed a piece of paper and a pair of headphones. I picked up the note. It read, "Welcome, new employee. First things first, yes, you'll be paid. No, you're not trapped here forever. Each night, from midnight to 6 a.m., you'll be brought here. A shape-shifting entity will take your place in the real world during that time. Don't bother trying to run or contact the police. Nobody would believe you anyway. Your job is simple, follow the rules. Keep the creatures inside their cages and stay alive. Rule 1. Wear the headphones at all times. They'll protect you from the damaging effects of high-frequency sounds. Check on all 12 creatures once every hour. If you don't, all the cages will automatically unlock. No second chances. Rule 2. The prototype 10, known as Stygian, begin screaming and slamming against its cage, immediately retreat to your room. Lock the door and turn on every light. Can only harm you in darkness or low light. Rule 3. If you see another human walking around the zoo, shoot them. There's a pistol in the drawer next to your bed. This wasn't mentioned earlier because the gun is useless against all the prototypes, except this one. If you don't kill the imposter within 2 minutes, your entire body will lock up. You'll remain conscious as they skin you alive, pour acid on your flesh, dismember you, and devour you piece by piece. You'll feel it all. You'll watch it all. Rule 4. If an alarm goes off, it means a prototype has escaped. Open Maxis's cage using the red switch under your bed. He'll handle the threat. Once it's over, grab the beef-scented barrel from your closet and toss it into Maxis's enclosure. He'll follow the smell back in. Then press the switch again to lock him up. Rule 5. If Maxis ever loses a fight against another prototype, shoot yourself. He's your only ally here. The others will tear you apart without hesitation. Rule 6. The reason we only hire people under 20 is because the prototypes are noticeably less violent toward younger humans. With adults, they're far more sadistic. Rule 7. If prototype 5, magenta, has gills that turn blue, they're usually red, and makes eye contact with you, look away immediately and put on your headphones. She'll start to sing. The song will hypnotize you and force you to release her. Once she's free, she'll eat you and release the others. Rule 8. Do not fall asleep during your shift. If you do, you'll wake up inside one of the cages with a prototype. If you're lucky, it'll be one of the less brutal ones like Maxis or Prototype 11, Talon the flying bipedal wolf. They'll still kill you, just not as painfully. Rule 9. Most prototypes won't mess with you unless provoked. But if you smell rotting garbage or dead fish, follow the stench. Enter the cage it's coming from and stare the creature down. They can all sense fear. If you don't flinch, they won't attack. Wait until the smell disappears, then calmly leave the cage. Rule 10. At exactly 6 a.m., you'll pass out and wake up in your bed at home with $150 in your pocket. This process will repeat every night until your 20th birthday. After that, we'll let you go. As I finished reading, the air in my room shifted. A foul, putrid odor began creeping in through the cracks of the door,